Alright, ladies and gents, Zach back again. Got our push day video here. It is January 3rd, 2025. Bringing in the new year with a respiratory infection. So please bear with me. I'm sure I sound a little bit nasally here, but I still got out there, got the lift in, so we're doing good, all things considered. Starting off with the overhead presses here, getting some warm-up sets in. I did want to talk about working out while sick, because even myself, I still question sometimes, should I be lifting if I'm feeling this way, or, what should I do? And for me, essentially, if you feel terrible, like if you feel like total garbage and you feel super duper weak, you can't stop coughing or it's hard to breathe or something, definitely skip the workout. I wouldn't train. If I was in that kind of situation, I probably wouldn't train until I'm at least like 80-90% better. So thankfully this is mostly like post-nasal drip, runny nose kind of thing, little bit of a cough, so nothing too crazy. But I will mention, it was really strange, like, whenever, and I've worked out sick before, even more sick than I am now, and it's weird, I don't get a pump, I get like a 40% pump, so it's kind of a bummer, and for whatever reason, I just don't feel the exercises as much in the target muscle. I mean, for sure, after doing like the overhead press and calf raises and stuff, like I feel it, but it's just not, it doesn't feel quite as good as it normally does. So, that's kind of a bummer, but getting it in here, got our 2 warm-up sets done, and you can see I'm supersetting, which basically means to do 2 exercises almost back to back. I like to take at least a moment to catch my breath after the overhead presses, but yeah, going on with the plan that we talked about yesterday and the day before with switching the calf raises over to one of the upper body days, and then I'm going to do it also on the rest day. But I think I'm going to move it to the pull day, actually. So this upcoming rest day, I'll do calves, and then I won't do them again until pull day. So that'll be, 3 days later. And the reason I'm doing that is because there's 4 exercises in this workout already, and then supersetting the overhead press brought it up to 5, and so it ended up taking, I think the total workout was like an hour 15 minutes, which is anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes longer than I normally take to do one of these. So I think it'll probably be better to go ahead and move it to the pull day. So I won't do it tomorrow, obviously, because my calves will probably be sore. But yeah, overhead presses here, still using same working weight as we did on December 30th, 80 pounds for that overhead press. And I did increase the volume on that, so we're doing 3 sets instead of 2, because I felt perturbation and definitely fatigue and stuff after the last session, but I really didn't get too sore in my shoulders, so I figured I'd throw another set in there and basically just hope it doesn't interfere too much with the chest exercises, and it didn't seem to. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be more or less sore because of the little under the weatheredness here, but I'm going to keep trucking along. Hopefully I feel well enough tomorrow to do the pull sesh. But yeah, got that superset. I think this is the second, either the first or second superset here. And it wasn't too weird doing calf raises on the push day. It was a little bit weird having a calf pump and then doing a standing press exercise. But I guess it kind of worked out for me that I didn't get too great of a pump today, so it wasn't very uncomfortable. But I did match. I actually ended up doing 1 more rep. So for overhead press, I did 11, 9, and 7 for the 3 sets. And then when the super set with the calf raises, I did 20, 19, and 17. So pretty comparable numbers to what I would normally do. So thankfully strength wasn't affected much. So how am I feeling after the leg day yesterday? Hamstrings and glutes, of course, as usual, are very sore. Quads are sore this time, so upping that volume definitely did the trick. They're still not super sore, and for whatever reason, my right quad is more sore than my left quad. I don't know if maybe I was favoring it doing the reverse Nordics or something, but yeah, there's that. So I'll be sure to focus on, using both quads equally during my next leg session, which will be, I'm not sure. I think maybe I will do one more week of 3 RIR and then go to 2 after that. I think it should work as long as I have this same volume. I should still get a pretty good stimulus doing it one additional week and then go to 2, 1, and then eventually 0 RIR. That should work out pretty well for me. So looks like, yeah, this is that second super set here. And I will say, using tennis shoes versus those lifting shoes, the calf raises feel much better. Although, like I was saying, things just felt a little weird today. So I was having trouble, like, whenever I would get to the top of the movement on those calf raises, sometimes it would just feel a little awkward. So I don't know, it just wasn't the best. We'll see how it feels switching it to the pull day. See if I like it a little bit better. Now, in terms of how we're feeling after this session, so we did add 1 set to the overhead press. So shoulders, let's see, not feeling too much, definitely some fatigue. And then when I raise my arms laterally, for sure, there's the potential for cramping. So definitely got some good stimulus there. And I actually have a very interesting announcement to make. I will be creating a fitness plan, including nutrition and exercise routine for my first ever client. And he's actually a very high profile figure. So I can't disclose who it is at this point, but safe to say, it may rock the political world, maybe, possibly. So, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can see. It's probably going to be, I would imagine, the transformation we're looking at doing, which is most people's goal, to lose body fat and to gain muscle. And, of course, just to, feel better, live a healthier life, be able to do physical things more easily. So it'll probably be around 12 or 16 weeks for that transformation. And I'll probably make a decent length video explaining, everything that I did and why I did it, and then show you guys the results, as long as this individual is willing to share progress numbers and stuff like that, or pictures if we have them. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. So up next here, you can see we're doing our dumbbell bench press. I think this movement felt the best of the day. It was just feeling slick, and one of the things I noticed is one on my arms, I can't remember which one. Yeah, I think it is my left arm was descending faster than my right arm for whatever reason. So I was actually focusing on that today, trying to slow down and keep them going down at the same pace. I don't know if that would make a huge difference in terms of gains or anything like that, but it was just something I noticed watching the film back, which is pretty cool. one of the benefits, I guess, to recording your workouts, aside from being able to share them with you fine folks. Now, this exercise is 2 sets. Still rocking 2 sets of the dumbbell bench. And that actually does the trick for me. I was very sore last time when I did it. And it's probably because I'm getting a little bit of front deltoid work. Well, not a little bit, quite a bit of front delt work on the overhead press, which is my primary movement for side delts as well. And then rear delts, I mean, my pull day is pull-ups and barbell rows for back, and those both are going to tax the rear delts significantly. So the 4 sets per session brings me to 8 sets total per week for chest. And then, of course, overhead press is like, I usually count if a muscle group is an ancillary. So like for bench press, that counts as, I would count 1 set of bench press as 1 set towards developing the chest and a half a set developing the triceps. And so for this one, I'm getting tons of shoulder work and then also keeping up the volume on chest pretty high, so that way it doesn't lag behind. And I want to mention, I hope you guys enjoyed my fantastic impression of Hermione yesterday. I think someone mistook it for Dobby the house elf. I don't know how they did that. That's crazy, but it definitely was Hermione. I think it was pretty spot on, but anywho, moving to the overhead tricep extensions here. And again, I think this was probably my second favorite exercise of the day, because these always just feel solid. Trying to keep those elbows inward, not letting them flare out. It just, I don't know, it's smooth as butter now too. At first, it felt a little bit janky. There was a lot of like shoulder popping and stuff, but I think as I've been doing it and really letting the dumbbell like sink down has made it very nice for the shoulders. Not much pain at all. The only other thing on this is that these dumbbells are cast iron, so if you hold it improperly, going down and coming up, you can like nick the back of your head, which isn't terrible, but it's also not very fun. So I try to make sure I place my hands a little bit forward on the dumbbell, and then I'm almost leaning my torso a little bit just to get out of the way and to perform the movement in a way that isn't painful for me, and it's providing a robust stimulus for the triceps, because that's the main goal there. So just some little tips on that if you guys want to try that one out. Mess around with your hand placement. But yeah, as far as free weight, like a dumbbell tricep movement, this is probably number 1 for me right now, just because of the range of motion on this is insane. I mean, it's almost a full flexion of the elbow there. So it gets super deep at the bottom, massive stretch, and then trying to press it up is very satisfying. So next up, we got these dumbbell flies. I actually haven't done flies for quite a while, until of course, our session on the 30th. I noticed watching that footage back that one of the things I was doing was almost, and I'm kind of doing it here still, a little bit of a pressing movement there. Not totally splaying the arms out, but doing it this way, I'm getting a super crazy stretch at the bottom, very uncomfortable, and definitely throughout the set, there's some metabolites accumulating, because I get a gnarly burn doing these, so it felt a lot better, this one, and hopefully one of the benefits of not doing different exercises every time you lift is, and especially if you're getting to watch footage of it, is you get to continually make progress on your form, and that allows you to more accurately track your reps week to week. So, I mean, it's fun though. I mean, I oftentimes think about just how neat it might be to go in and do whatever sounds fun or whatever I want to do, but I really like the idea of monitoring progress and watching, reps and sets and volume and my capacity to do work go up over time, because it also gives me a bit of reassurance that I'm actually gaining muscle. Because if I've mentioned before, it was probably one of my first videos, that if you're consistently with the same form, if you're going up in weight, you're having to increase weight to do the same number of reps, or you're increasing the reps, there is a very high likelihood that you're putting on muscle in, whichever muscle performs that movement. So like for this exercise, if I'm able to do, next time I do this at 3 RIR, if I'm doing, instead of 12-10, if I'm doing like 16-14, okay, I know I've made some progress there because I'm nearing failure at a higher work capacity. So just some ideas there for tracking your progress and, ensuring that you're gaining. So that's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate y'all bearing through my sick brain, sick voice thing I got going on here, and I hope y'all have a good one.